I'd like to call the Williamson County May meeting to order. First thing on the agenda is the prayer, the invocation and the pledge. Commissioner Chalifant will lead us with the pledge, and Commissioner Hester will lead us with the invocation. Please stand.
Let's bow. Dear Lord, we thank you for this beautiful day that you've given us. We thank you for this beautiful county that we live in, that we are honored to serve. We ask for your help and direction this night and in all the days to come. We ask your leadership. And we ask a special blessing on our men and women who serve in uniform around the world, and our police officers and fire protection agents that we have locally. We ask a blessing on the family of this gentleman who we lost on Saturday there at Old Hickory Boulevard, there on I-65 North. We just ask you to put a hedge of protection around all of those servants that we have, and we thank you for them, Lord. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next is roll call. If you'll press your present button and confirm.
Did you also see the full this proclamation?
Betsy.
Judy. Miss Hay.
There we go. Record the roll, Ms. Anderson.
We have 21 present, 3 absent. Commissioner Tom Bain, Commissioner Greg Davis, and Commissioner Brandon Ryan absent.
I have heard from all 3 of those commissioners, and they're have called and let me know they will not be here tonight. Next, we have approval of the minutes of our March 10th County Commission meeting. I'll entertain a motion. Proper motion, Commissioner Little the second. All in favor of those as submitted signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And they're approved unanimously. Next is introduction and acceptance of Highway Commission minutes. They were mailed in your packet, I believe. I'll accept a motion for those. Commissioner Dwight Jones, Commissioner Green the second. All in favor of those as submitted signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any deletions or changes? All right, they're accepted. Next, we have citizens communication. And we don't have citizens communication. All right, so moving right along tonight. Like to thank Deputy Darden and Deputy Gully for being here. And I saw the sheriff back there also, so thank you all for here. Next, we've got a couple of late filed resolutions. Resolution 51428, which I believe is on your agenda. And then we have one that was on your desk, 51429, which will be at the end of other. The 51428 is under appropriations. So if there's no objections, we'll hear those. 28 will be under appropriations and 29 will be on others. So, see none, we'll hear those. Next, we'll call on Mayor Rogers Anderson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. In your packet is a proclamation, and I would like to read this tonight. This is Alan Lovett, who is the Director of the Emergency Medical Services here in our community. And if you would, bear with me as I read this. Whereas the emergency medical service is a vital public service and the members of the emergency medical service teams are ready to provide life-saving care to those in need 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And whereas the access to quality emergency care dramatically improves the survival and recovery rate of those who experience sudden illness or injury, and whereas the emergency medical service system consists of an EMS and emergency services, emergency medical responders, emergency physicians, emergency nurses, telecommunicators, educators, administrators, and others. And whereas the members of the emergency medical service team, whether career or volunteers, engage in thousands of hours of specialized training and continuing education to enhance their life-saving skills. And whereas it is appropriate to recognize the value and the accomplishments of the emergency medical service provided by designating Emergency Medical Service Week, I, therefore, as the mayor here in Williamson County, do proclaim the week of May 18th through the 24th, 2014, as Emergency Medical Service Week in Williamson County. I'd like to present this to Alan Lovett and for his many years of service. A little bit about Alan. He started off as a teenager working in he started off as a teenager working here in the Franklin area, and last several years he's been our director over at the Ambulance Center, but he's worked in College Grove and many other points. So his entire life has been consumed in this service to other. Does an outstanding job, and he's representing all the men and women that do their job on a day-by-day basis. Alan?
Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, we appreciate your support and do our best to serve our community along with you, and look forward to continuing to work with you to provide service as this community continues to grow. Thank you.
Thank you, Alan. We have another proclamation on our agenda, but that has been moved to June's meeting. So next will come down reports of county offices. County Mayor Rogers Anderson.
Mr. Chairman, if I could have Nina come on up and give us a snapshot of the financial conditions over the last 60 days. As you know, we did not meet last month because of the budgetary process. Nina?
Thank you, Mayor, Commissioners. As the Mayor said, you'll have 2 months' worth of reports in your packet this evening. The first reports that we have are the budget reports for February and the month of March. Both of those in our revenue and expenses we're tracking on target for this time of year. Next, we have the Cool Springs Conference Center reports. For the month of February, the county received $21,279.74. For the month of March, we had to pay out $633.34 for a total collections for the year of $103,740. Also this month in our privilege tax reports, for the month of February, we collected a total of $1,338,474. And for the month of March, we collected $1,501,365. That's all the reports for this evening. If anyone has any questions.
Anyone have questions for Nina? I see none. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, because you do have a lengthy report, I'll address any individual questions you might have.
Any questions for the mayor? I see none. Thank you. Next, we'll hear from Director of Schools, Dr. Mike Looney.
Good evening, everybody. number of things happening in the school district. Last week was Teacher Appreciation Week, so I hope you took the time to thank a teacher that helped educate you along the way. I'd like to advise you that on Monday, this coming Monday at 4 p.m. in this room, we're going to be having a signing ceremony for all those individuals that are joining the military after high school. We began this last year. It's a really emotional ceremony and quite frankly, an awesome ceremony. So I hope that you take the time to come by and witness that. It's just going to be just like they're signing up to play for the NFL. They'll have the recruiters here, their moms and dads and loved ones here, and so it's going to be a big event. Invite everybody out on Monday at 4 p.m. in this room. We received some unfortunate news that we're working on with the State Department of Education. It appears that very late in the ball game, the state has decided to manipulate the BEP funding formula slightly, specifically the TASSER portion of it that penalizes school systems that are growing and have the ability to pay. And we've been informed that we're one of those systems that would be negatively impacted by that. I am working with fellow directors of schools across the state that are similarly situated, and hopefully we will come up with a resolution, but it could mean approximately $3 million reduction in BEP funding for the upcoming school year. I'll close, well, let me add this. We have 4 resolutions for your consideration tonight, and I hope that you'll review those favorably. And I'll close with some really, really huge news, even larger, even more important than the state monkeying with their BEP formula. And that is, last week we learned that Williamson County Schools is the highest achieving school district serving a population of more than 20,000 students in the country. I think that speaks mountains about the work the school board and our school employees are doing and the benefit that our taxpayers are getting for the dollars. We would have ranked number 1 out of all school systems in America that serve more than 10,000 students, but they did not receive the data from 2 of our schools from the State Department of Education. So we're really, really pleased with our performance. One of our board's goals is to be nationally recognized in academics, and this is a result of reading and math achievement for our schools. So we are the highest performing school district in America, serving more than 20,000 students. I'll be glad to answer any questions you have.
Any questions for Dr. Looney?
I just want to say congratulations. I mean, absolutely, that is a goal, and everyone can be so proud, so very proud that you all have accomplished this, and thanks to the school board and yourself and for all of the teachers. I mean, that is a major effort, and it's something that we can be very proud of. Thank you so much.
Any other questions? I see none. Thank you, Mike. Any other reports, committee reports at this time? Commissioner Smith?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. On this occasion tonight of the County Commission reaffirming its hotel motel tax levy that is collected by our hotel partners in the county, a portion of which goes to the Williamson County Convention. Commissioner Hayes and Commissioner Green and myself, who serve on that board, thought it would be appropriate to ask Kelly Murphy, who is our interim Executive Director of the Williamson County Convention Visitors Bureau, to come present a little bit of information to us about how we're using that money, and also about an event that's coming up that's going to be really exciting for our community.
Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, thank you on behalf of your Destination Marketing Organization for the annual investment that this commission makes to help support the CVB's marketing efforts as we work to maximize the best possible return on investment. Just a few facts, and you all have a sheet in front of you. I won't go over all of them. Tourism is Tennessee's second largest industry. with an annual spending in the state reaching $16.16 billion. Williamson County is ranked number 6 out of 95 counties for tourism spending, and we've had the number 6 spot for 3 years now. Annual travel-related spending for Williamson County reaches $358.22 million. Travel-related employment at nearly 3,000 people annually. Local taxes generated in Williamson County reach $7.25 million. Williamson County households save $424.16 in taxes thanks to tourism. Another great fact we're proud of is our new visitor center, which has been open a little over a year now, served approximately 33,000 visitors last year. Again, I won't go over all these figures, but they're there for you, and if you have any questions, please let me know. Accolades, hopefully everybody here voted recently when Franklin was vying for Best Southern Town, which we won through the Garden and Gun Magazine online voting contest. Amazing what we did up against Savannah. Really, just a proud community moment. Franklin ranked number 14 most romantic towns by Travel and Leisure. Franklin ranked number 4 for best towns in Tennessee for young families. These are all accolades in 2014. Just a few events coming up. I want to touch on, of course, the Franklin Rodeo. Downtown's decorated for that, May 15th through 18th. May 17th through the 26th, the next 2 weekends basically, including Memorial Day, is the Tennessee Renaissance Festival. And then a big event which we're really excited about, and everybody's got a card with all the events on it, is the Americana Experience. It's an aggregated event. It's 10 days, 10 venues, over 50 artists that are participating. It's celebrating Americana roots, and it's the music defined by the Americana Music Triangle, from Delta blues to bluegrass, as well as Cajun, folk, alternative country, jazz, rockabilly, and gospel. The Americana Experience is designed by Aubrey Preston, as many of you know, to become an international cultural marker for Williamson County for years to come. As Aubrey's analogy goes, it's the farmer's market experience of music in a world of processed food. So the signature event for this is the Cross County Lions Festival, which I'm sure you've also heard about. It actually takes place May 31st, and that is put on by the Americana Music Association. It's an outdoor event, the first of its size, I believe, at Harlansdale Park. Family-friendly festival. Children under 12 get in for free. Tickets are $35, and they're available at the Franklin Theater with no extra charges to those. So it's the best place to pick them up, $35 each. We really want to support this event. We want to see it succeed. It's quality over quantity. It's going to be a wonderful event that so many local venues can participate in. A couple of other things coming up. The annual Town and Country Tour of Homes is actually themed around the sesquicentennial this year, the 150th anniversary. Tickets are $30 in advance for that, June 7th through 8th, if I didn't say that. Williamson County celebrates the sesquicentennial this year with a variety of events like the Tour of Homes, a special 150th exhibit at Carnton that I'm excited about called Battle Scarred. Have some wonderful relics and artifacts. Blue Gray Days, the incident at Fort Granger, is actually a play that will be performed at Fort Granger by the Pooltight Theaters, along with many other events highlighted by the Tennessee Civil War Sesquicentennial. That's the signature event that will happen in November on the 13th and 14th. Details for that event are forthcoming this summer, and all of those events that I just mentioned, plus more, are listed on the franklin150.com website. Any questions?
Any questions for Kelly? I see none. Kelly, thank you so much.
Thank you again.
Mr. Chairman,
For
follow
those-
up.
For those that haven't seen her photograph when she found out that Franklin was won, it's a terrific photograph.
I jumped higher than I've ever jumped before.
I know I couldn't do it. So.
Mr. Chairman, if you, commissioners, if you do Twitter or Facebook, follow Visit Franklin, you'll get a lot of information about all of these events and also what the CVB is doing. We don't put these events on necessarily. We support them and market them and trying to get and try to get people to come to them. I noticed a picture posted this morning. I think there was a young couple with their 2 kids from New Hampshire
In the visitor center.
in the visitor center. So that just tells you that our reach is growing, and we feel like with this Americana music experience that that very soon our reach will truly be international.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next, moving on to elections and appointments. First, we have disciplinary Review Board, easy for you to say. 2-year terms expiring May 2016. Terms expiring Monty Garnett, James Templeton, Hugh Tharp, Bob Serrano, Steve Dunning, and nominees Monty Garnett, James Templeton, Hugh Tharp, Bob Serrano, and Steve Dunning. I'll entertain a motion.
Second.
Proper motion, Commissioner Smith the second. Any other nominees? I see none. All in favor of those nominees signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? And they're confirmed. The Equalization Board, 2-year terms expiring May 2016. Terms expiring James Allen, W.S. Stan Tyson, Enos Wallace. Nominees James Allen, W.S. Stan Tyson, and Clarence Johnson. Commissioner Hayes, Commissioner Jones, the second. Any other nominees? See none. All in favor of those signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? And they are confirmed. Health Board, 4-year terms expiring 4/18. Joseph Willoughby, M.D., C.A. Stillwell, M.D., Charles Beecham, D.V.M., Gary Owen, D.D.S., Rhonda Watson, and Martin Myers. And nominees Joseph Willoughby, C.A. Stillwell, Charles Beecham, Gary Owen, Rhonda Watson, and Martin Myers. I'll entertain a motion for those. Mr. Hayes, second. Ricky Jones. Any other nominees for the Health Board? I see none. So if you're in favor of those, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? And they are confirmed. Next, we have the consent agenda, which consists of notaries and Resolution 5/1427. So I'll entertain a motion for the consent. Commissioner Little, Commissioner Green, the second. That's on the machine. If you're in favor of the consent agenda, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson. Consent agenda passes. Next resolution, we have 514-1, resolution of the Williamson County Board of Commissioners to endorse Grassland Village Special Area Plan. Commissioner Brockman? Mr. Smith, the second. Let's see here. Planning Commission 10-0. Explanation, Commissioner Brockman. There it is.
If Katie Rucker could come up and speak to this. I know she's here, and thank you, Katie.
Good evening, Commissioner.
Okay.
As you are aware, the Grassland Plan has already been endorsed by the Williamson County, adopted by the Williamson County Planning Commission. Tonight we ask for your endorsement. I just want to touch on some of the key themes of the plan this evening. These are available in your packet, but of course, ensure that new development is compatible with the desired character of the village, foster a vibrant neighborhood-serving business community, preserve natural resources, promote safe and efficient vehicular traffic, seek opportunities for pedestrian connectivity, address wastewater issues, and encourage community events and activities. And all of these key themes, of course, were brought to our plan by the community and the community meetings that we held. So I'm happy to answer any questions that you have.
Any questions? I see none. Thank you, Katie.
Thank you.
Commissioner Brockman?
Yes, I just want to thank the staff, the planning staff, for the job that they did, to bring out members of the community for all the public hearings, to bring in people's ideas, try to come to a consensus. We all feel very strongly about the Grassland area in terms of its neighborhood commercial appeal, and we just want to seek opportunities to sort of stamp that identity, and, you know, have a uniform look so that when you drive down Hillsborough Road, you know you're coming into the Grassland shopping area. So we think we have come up with some ideas that will allow some more redevelopment on a neighborhood scale, and I think people really feel strongly that they want to keep that shopping area. So hopefully we can continue to grow in that area and just be better. So I still miss Jack Russell's restaurant, but that's another matter.
Second. I also miss that. And I'll concur with Ms. Brockman. I think we've worked on this about a year and a half, so still not over, but we're pretty close. Any other discussion? Ready to vote? If you're in favor of Resolution 514-1, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
Just a second.
I didn't confirm. One in every bunch.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Now, so there we go. Resolution 514-2, resolution appropriating and amending the 2013-14 Parks and Rec budget by $200, revenues to come from reserve funds. Commissioner Cook?
Move for approval.
Commissioner Little, the second. Parks and Rec Committee?
We couldn't fit it into a
Oh,
busy schedule this
all right.
time with
Did-
all the budget issues coming up and that, so we didn't actually meet.
Didn't meet. Okay, thank you. Budget Committee?
5-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Cook.
This is a fund that was started several years ago, and each year a scholarship is given to 2 students that come from the Hillsborough community that are good citizens and athletes. And this is just putting the money out for being able to give to the 2 students. Thank you.
All right. Any discussion? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 514-2, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 514-3, resolution appropriating and amending the 2013-14 Parks and Recreation budget by $25,970, revenues to come from donations. Commissioner Cook?
Move for approval.
Commissioner Wilson, the second. Budget Committee?
5-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Cook.
These were different donations that were given to the Parks and Rec from youth associations and local businesses. And they didn't know about this in the beginning of the year, so that this had to make a change to the budget that was first stated.
All right. Any questions? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 514-3, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 514-4, resolution amending the 2013-2014 Highway Department budget and appropriate up to $125,000 for additional engineering costs, revenues to come from unappropriated highway fund balance. Commissioner Hancock?
Move for approval.
Commissioner Brockman, the second. Highway Commission, 540 against?
Yeah.
Budget Committee,
540 against.
explanation, Commissioner Hancock.
Yes, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners, this is to go toward the special engineering considerations. The firms that's doing that for this project. This project's very unique. Nothing we have, I don't think we have anything any more historical in the county anywhere than Old Natchez Trace Road down through there. That being said, in order to meet the expectations of everyone concerned, we had to have So I encourage y'all to vote for it. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
That's
Thank
what
you.
Bush said, wasn't
Commissioner Wilson?
I just had a question on this. Was this part of the highway budget's appropriation on Old Natchez Trace Road? Was this originally in the projections that the highway department, because I was there quite a bit of those meetings, and I just was curious, was the archaeology study a part of that original?
Mr. Chairman, I can answer that. Commissioner, the archaeology study was not involved in that.
Okay.
I guess it was about 60 or 90 days ago, I've forgotten now on the time, several people had noted there possibly could be some grave sites in and around the road area.
Okay.
So what we have done is we invited the state archaeologists. They came out and met with some of the highway superintendent, myself, and several others, that they're going to provide us some of that service layer that we need as we begin to repair that road. Fortunately, the process that we're going through on the road is a new process that we're using, that the machine will actually auger up the road and then lay the road back, as opposed to us having to dig out a layer, then layer the road with gravel and et cetera, and build the road up. So we will not have to go as deep, and so the state archaeologists thought we would probably be safe there. Our concern will be along the sides of the road, which will be laying the ditch line. As we build the road up, we're literally bringing the ditch line up too, which is a good thing because we don't have to dig down into that. That all being said, through the process, we feel like it would be best if we have somebody out there. The state archaeologist has agreed to do that, and this particular, and I am drawing a total blank on the name of the firm. Greg? Yeah. And so they will be there, and we're having to pay them. At the end of the day, though, the highway budget was $300,000 for engineering studies. We've spent that money, and so we're having to come back here, and this will just bridge us through the end of this year. We will need more money to finish this special interest road. A lot of conversation being that this is a cheaper way to do it. Yes, if you'd have built the road, a 20 or 22 foot road, the way that we traditionally would, but that was never on the drawing board. We'd said from day one we were going to do it this way. You bet.
Commissioner Brockman?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I was just going to reiterate what Rogers reported and ask for your support. This is a unique situation, and all of the design considerations that were brought to the table by Hawkins Partners need to be followed, and this is just one more thing to add to what's going to be a star road that people are going to talk about, and how Williamson County executed something in this context-sensitive way. It will really be, it will be touted by the governor or who else. So I ask your support. We need the money to make sure that we do it right.
Any other discussion? I see none. You ready to vote? If you're in favor of Resolution 514-4, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 514-5, resolution amending the 2013-14 Highway Department budget and appropriate up to $150,000 for bridge construction on Ballastaro Road.
Move for approval.
Commissioner Hickett. Who's second? Commissioner Hester. Highway Commission, 5-4-0 against. Budget Committee,
5-4-0 against.
explanation, Commissioner Hancock.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, this is the money to replace a drainage pipe adjacent and into that bridge. I don't know exactly what it was, but it was studied by the engineers and was determined that it should be replaced with a bridge structure. And the funds are coming from the highway fund balance, $150,000.
All right. Any questions? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 514-5, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 514-6, resolution accepting donations totaling $225 for the K-9 Division and appropriating and amending the 2013-14 Williamson County Sheriff's Office budget by $225, revenues to come from donations. Commissioner Ford?
Move for approval.
Commissioner Wilson, the second. Law Enforcement Committee?
5-4-0 against.
Budget Committee?
5-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Ford.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This is $225 in donations from Mr. James M. Heathcock and the Women's Club of Nashville Potpourri Department, and will be used for the K-9 Department of Sheriffs.
All right. Any discussion? Everybody know what the Potpourri Department is? We appreciate that. If you're ready to vote, all in favor of Resolution 514-6, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 514-7, resolution appropriating and amending the 2013-14 Veteran Services budget by $620, revenues to come from Memorial Brick Paver sales. Commissioner Little?
Move for approval.
Commissioner Hayes, the second. Budget Committee?
5-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Little.
Yes, we see this usually every year. They sell pavers to go at the bicentennial, the Veterans Park there at 5 Points. And this is putting the money into the budget that they've collected for the sales, from the sales for the installation.
Thank you, Commissioner Little. Commissioner Hayes?
Just wanted to invite everyone to come to the Veterans Park on Memorial Day at 10 a.m. for the presentation and the laying of the new pavers.
Very good. Any other discussion? See none, you ready to vote? If you're in favor of Resolution 514-7, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 514-14, resolution appropriating $100,000 in the 2013-14 general purpose school operating budget for property insurance claims from additional BEP funds. Commissioner Barnwell?
Move for approval.
Second.
Commissioner Cook, the second. School Board, 11 yes, 0 no. Education?
4-4-0 against.
Budget Committee?
5-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Barnwell.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, this is based on the claims to date. The projected payments are going to be anticipated to be higher than they were budgeted for, and this is just to bring it up to speed. This is being paid for out of additional BEP funds received. This is a new, the school system received some more funds than they were anticipating from BEP, so they're going to use these funds instead of the fund balance.
All right. Any discussion? I see none. You ready to vote? If you're in favor of Resolution 51414, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 51415, resolution amending the 2013-14 general purpose school budget, $460,000 for additional special education expenses from additional BEP funds. Commissioner Barnwell.
Move for approval. Second.
Commissioner Little, the second. School Board, 11 yes, 0 no. Education Committee.
5-4-0 against.
Budget Committee.
5-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Barnwell.
Yes, this is money that is needed for the special ed department. It's a case-by-case scenario, and they're needing more funds than they originally budgeted. Again, this is going to come out of the BEP funding that has been received surprisingly from the state. Dr. Looney, you need to make sure that happens again now.
All right. Any further discussion? I see none. You ready to vote? If you're in favor of 51415, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 51416, resolution amending the 2013-14 general purpose school fund operating budget, $375,000 for gasoline and repair parts from additional BEP funds. Commissioner Barnwell.
Move for approval.
Second.
Commissioner Little, the second. School Board, 11 yes, 0 no. Education Committee.
6-4-0 against.
Budget Committee.
5-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Barnwell.
Yes, this again is the additional BEP funds, and if you notice the price of gas has gone up a heck of a lot, and it's really impacting the school system.
Any discussion? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 51416, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Oh, Commissioner Jones, did you want to speak? Okay. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
Okay, 21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 51417, resolution appropriating $200,000 in the general purpose school fund budget from current revenues for related trustee commission. Commissioner Barnwell.
Move for approval.
Commissioner Hester, the second. School Board, 11 yes, 0 no. Education Committee.
6-4-0 against.
Budget Committee.
5-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Barnwell.
Yeah, this is actually good news. Property tax collections are higher than anticipated in the budget, and this is the additional fee that the trustee gets because of that.
All right. Any discussion? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 51417, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 51418, resolution appropriating and amending the 2013-14 Parks and Rec budget by $27,457.25, revenues to come from donations. Commissioner Little.
Move for approval.
Second.
Commissioner Cook, the second. Budget Committee.
5-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Little.
Yes, this is a resolution for various youth associations and businesses for part-time officials and special events. Donations.
Any discussion? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 5-14-18, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 5-14-19, resolution appropriating and amending the 2013-14 Health Department budget by $2,625, revenues to come from donations. Commissioner Little?
Move for approval.
Mr. Dwight Jones, the second. Public Health Committee? Budget Committee?
5-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Little.
Yes, this is donations from various companies made for the walk across Williamson County. $2,625, expenses for instructional supplies and material.
All right. Any discussion? See none. If you're in favor of Resolution 5-14-19, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 5-14-20, resolution appropriating and amending the 2013-14 library budget by $11,840, revenues to come from miscellaneous donations. Commissioner Barnwell?
Move for approval.
Second.
Commissioner Little, the second. Library Board?
5-4-0 against.
Budget Committee?
5-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Barnwell.
Yes, this is a donation from the Library Foundation, and it gets us into the system so we can actually spend the money.
Okay. Any questions? I see none. If you're in favor of 5-14-20, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 5-14-21, resolution appropriating and amending the 2013-14 animal control budget by $8,901.15, revenues to come from donations. Commissioner Hayes?
Second.
Commissioner Lynch, the second. And Commissioner Herford. Public Health Committee?
5 in favor, 0 against.
Budget Committee?
5-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Hayes.
This resolution and the one following were a collection of sponsorships and donations that were given to our animal control facility to do special promotions, advertising, and other community involvements related to the Rachel Ray Challenge that we'll be doing this summer, and other events that will bring attention to the correct type of education for animals and for adoption. The Rachel Ray Challenge is a real honor, and if we beat our own schedule from last year in adoptions through June, July, and August, we have a chance for a $100,000 grant in challenge, and it's very good to have that opportunity. And the staff is very has been soliciting some donations, but many have been coming in as their own in order to help this and be a part of it. Mark is here from Animal Control. If you have any questions, and we'll have him up later to talk about other things.
All right. Commissioner Hancock, did you want to speak to it?
No, that's fine.
Oh, okay. Any discussion? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 5-14-21, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 5-14-22, resolution appropriating and amending the 2013-14 animal control budget by $1,500, revenues to come from donations. Commissioner Hayes? Hancock the second. Public Health Committee? Budget Committee?
5-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Hayes?
Same, different page, same, as before.
Same thing. Very good. Any discussion? I see none. If you're in favor of 5-14-22, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 5-14-23, resolution authorizing the Williamson County Mayor to execute a grant contract with the State of Tennessee Department of State Division of Elections on behalf of the Williamson County Election Office and amend the 2013-14 Election Commission budget by $154,000, revenues to come from state grants. Commissioner Little?
Move for approval.
Mr. Wilson, the second. Budget Committee?
5-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Little.
Yes, this is a grant for the state that is used to acquire additional certified voting machines for the upcoming election, or the one we just had also, and this is getting the money into the system.
Okay. Any discussion? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 5-14-23, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Dwight? Oh. Got it. Okay. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 5-14-24. Resolution appropriating and amending the 2013-14 county clerk's budget by $10,000, revenues to come from reserve account. Commissioner Little?
Move for approval.
Commissioner Green, the second. Budget Committee?
5-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Little.
Yes, this is using $10,000 of the, from the reserve account for maintenance of office equipment.
All right. Any discussion? I see none. You in favor of Resolution 5-14-24, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 5-14-25, resolution appropriating and amending the 2013-14 clerk and master's budget by $7,000, revenues to come from reserve account. Commissioner Little?
Move for approval.
Second.
Commissioner Cook, the second. Budget Committee?
5-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Little.
This the same as before with the clerk and masters. They're using reserve account for maintenance, repairs of office equipment.
Any discussion? I see none. If you're in favor of 5-14-25, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution accepting a donation from the estate of James Bomar Talbot on behalf of Animal Control and appropriating and amending the 2013-14 Williamson County Animal Control and Capital Projects budget by $145,200.48, revenues to come from donations. Commissioner Little?
Move for approval. Second.
Who was my second? Commissioner Hayes? Yeah. Explanation, well, Budget Committee, Tommy.
5-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Little.
Yes, we have received a donation from the estate for $145,200.48. $20,000 to go from supplies and material, and $125,200.48 goes to capital.
Commissioner Hayes?
We certainly want to extend our appreciation to Mr. Talbot and his family for allowing this to happen. He was a very generous benefactor to all of animal-related activities in the Middle Tennessee area, and had heard the good things about our animal control, and we're very glad that he chose us to receive some of this last will and testament money. In fact, I think it may be appropriate time, because we have such a good record with our animal control, in mentioning some of the latest statistics that we have. Of the total dogs and cats received year to date, we have received 827. Total dogs and cats adopted and rescued, 603, which means our euthanasia rate is only 9.1%. Now, sure, we all wish it was 0, but there weren't very many years ago that it was 78% euthanasia. And so for us to make the turnaround for our dogs adopted, our dogs and cats being adopted, returned to owners, and turning our whole program around is something that is a great credit to you as the commission, to our animal control, to our county leadership and mayors, and certainly to the animal control directors and volunteers. And I think such as this is why we can have so much to be proud of in our county. It's a better life for every creature who lives here, big and small, two-footed and four-footed. And I think this is great that we meet all of these criteria to really come in line with getting the best animal control facility. And we're not through yet. We have other dreams.
Thank you, Judy. Any discussion? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 51428, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution declaring certain, Resolution 514-8. Resolution declaring certain highway department property and equipment surplus property and authorizing the sale of the property and equipment at auction. Commissioner Hancock.
Move for approval.
Commissioner Dwight Jones. Highway Commission, 5-4-0 against. Property Committee.
6-4-0 against.
Budget Committee.
5-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Hancock.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, this just gives the Highway Department the authority to go ahead and sell surplus equipment, and most of the time when they sell it, it's really been used for a long time and got a lot of miles and hours on it.
All right. Any discussion? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 514-8, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 514-9, resolution authorizing the county mayor to execute a contract between the state of Tennessee Department of Transportation and Williamson County for a trash collecting grant for fiscal year 2014-2015. Commissioner Ford.
Move for approval.
Second.
Commissioner Wilson, the second. Law Enforcement Committee.
5-4-0 against.
Budget Committee.
5-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Ford.
This is just a resolution for our annual trash and litter collection grant from the state.
All right. Any discussion? See none. If you're in favor of 514-9, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. We're good. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
Okay, 21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 514-10, resolution to authorize the adoption and assessment of an archives and record management fee. Commissioner Danner.
Move for approval.
Second.
Commissioner Little, the second. Tax Study Committee.
4-4-0 against.
Budget Committee.
5-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Danner.
Well, I'll explain it, and then it looks like we may have to put a motion on the floor for an amendment. But this is a new thing. And first, I want to commend Amy for finding this opportunity. I appreciate the mayor asking department heads to look for ways that they could cut back or increase revenues. And she found this opportunity to for $5 fees, and they're listed out here in this resolution. But they will be, I like that they will be applied to the capital needs of the archives. And so they are not for people who are coming in to do research. This is if you're going to file for a building permit or a wedding marriage license, or if you need a record for court. And so I think it's a good application. Anytime that we can help a department become more self-funded is a good thing. She's got a capital project that will take approximately 4 years or $800,000 worth to really renew all the shelving and everything needed for the archives. They hope to bring in $190,000 a year. But I guess I need to make a motion. But we're going to make a motion, put a motion on the floor for the amendment. We want to make a motion to delete the word applications at the end of the sentence.
In which
New
sentence
wording.
is that?
Section 1A.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't aware of this amendment. Can you all describe why, or do you want to take that, Jeff? Or?
I'll second it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just curious as to
Proper motion in second.
what the difference is. Okay.
Commissioner, the reason is that slipped through our fingers. We really don't charge an application fee for the application. We charge it for the permit.
Okay. All right. All right. So
All right.
we've got.
Any discussion on the amendment? Is it loaded, Ashley? Okay. Y'all ready to vote on the amendment? If you're in favor, push your yes button. Opposed, your no button. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
All right, back to the main resolution as amended. So we're on 5-14-10 as amended. Any discussion? I see none. You ready to vote? On resolution 5-14-10 as amended. So if you're in favor, push your yes button. Opposed, your no button. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 5-14-11, a resolution setting the Williamson County Hotel Motel tax rate for the fiscal year 2014-15.
Move for approval.
Mr. Green, the second. Tax Study Committee,
4-0 against.
Budget Committee,
5-4-0 against.
explanation, Commissioner Danner.
We do this every year. We're going to set the hotel motel tax at 4% again this year.
All right. Any discussion? I see none. If you're in favor of resolution 5-14-11, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 5-14-12, resolution authorizing the Williamson County Mayor to execute a memorandum of understanding between the Williamson County, Tennessee, the City of Brentwood, and the City of Franklin for shared cost of conducting a hotel motel tax audit. Commissioner Danner.
Move for approval.
Second.
Commissioner Little, the second. Tax Study Committee,
4-0 against.
explanation, Commissioner Danner.
We are going to enter an agreement with Franklin and Brentwood, as it says, and we're going to perform an audit on the hotel motel tax collected. And my understanding is it will cost the county approximately $24,000. And also my understanding from committee and a lot of the questions that were asked and answered is that will be a very good return on investment. One thing that I would like to ask though is that we get a report when the audit is finished so that we can see the return.
Any discussion? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 51412, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 51413, resolution authorizing the Williamson County Mayor to execute a grant agreement with the State of Tennessee Department of Health for the provision of dental services at the Williamson County Health Department in an amount not to exceed $175,800. Commissioner Hancock.
Move for approval.
Second.
Commissioner Little, the second. Public Health Committee.
5 in favor, 0 against.
Budget Committee.
5-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Hancock.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners, this just gives the Health Department the authority to go ahead with this grant and for dental health. It goes from, I guess, earliest age to age 21 at the Health Department.
All right. Any discussion? I see none. If you're in favor of Resolution 51413, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution 51426, a resolution to amend the rules and regulations pertaining to regulation of dogs and cats in Williamson County, Tennessee. Commissioner Hayes.
Move approval.
Commissioner Brockman, the second. Public Health Committee.
5 in favor, 0 against.
Budget Committee.
5-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Hayes.
This is to make some amendments for the rules and regulations that are being taken or been used at our animal control. I'd like to ask Mark to come forward, if I may, Mr. Commissioner and Mr. Chairman, and let him make some statements related to what we're asking to be done.
Okay, thank you. Probably the biggest one is to reduce the amount of time that we hold a stray animal from the current 7 business days down to 5. And the main reason for that is we're just trying to make ourselves more efficient. As Judy has explained previously, probably, it's almost, it shows a complete reversal of fortune as to the reason the 7-day hold was put into place several years ago, when the state has only required us to hold 3 days. But the reason it was put into effect for 7 days is so that because so many animal shelters in Tennessee, ours included, were euthanizing animals so quickly. So it was kind of to protect and give the people more time to claim their stray animals. Now we've the pendulum has swung at our shelter so much in the other direction that it actually kind of penalizes us at this time from reuniting, from moving the animals through the system and on into adoption, because frankly we've kind of removed premature euthanasia from the table because of our, we're just doing so much better as a shelter. So the intent is really of the reducing the hold period is to really allow us to move the animals through the system and make them available for adoption more quickly. So that's the main part. You want to just keep it to that part at this point, Commissioner Hayes?
Go ahead and mention the microchip.
We also wanted to propose microchipping be a mandatory for every animal that comes in as a stray. So for someone to come in and reclaim their animal who had been escaped and become a stray and brought into the shelter, they would pay an impound fee as they do today. In addition, we would microchip the animal, and then the intent is to just make us more efficient and enable us to unite lost pets with their owners more quickly. If you're not familiar with a microchipping technology, it's essentially a little tiny transmitter, in effect, that's the size of a grain of rice, and it's injected into the loose skin between the shoulder blades of cats and dogs. And you can think of it as a subcutaneous serial number tattoo, if you will. And so instead of having a serial number tattooed on the outside of your skin, any veterinarian office, any animal shelter, if someone brings a stray dog into them, the first thing everybody does is give it a quick, wand reader, and then all these numbers are recorded and maintained in a national database of information, so the pets are reunited quickly. So consequently, I've seen lots of pets when they're microchipped and they come in reunited with their owners within a half an hour, whereas opposed if it didn't have a microchip and it came in to us, sometimes that takes us maybe a week, because people, first thing they do, they put up posters in their neighborhood, they call their friends, and they don't always call us, first thing. So we don't know that their animal is missing. And if it had a microchip, though, we call them. They don't have to call us. So we're proposing that, it's already a start of our standard adoption procedure. Every animal is spayed, neutered, has all its vaccinations, and it's microchipped. So we would just like to see it also become a part of the reclaiming process for the animals that come to us as strays.
Commissioner Ford?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As I read through these procedures, I understood a lot of the changes, but I did have a problem with the mandatory microchipping. It didn't seem like to me that if my dog gets out that the county should force me and tell me that I have to microchip my dog, which seems to be how the procedure was written here. I appreciate Mark working with me on this and Attorney Cook on this, and we've come up with what I believe is a compromise and friendly amendment to this, and I've got it loaded on the board so you'll be able to see the language in just a moment. But what it does is take the mandatory microchipping for every first time your dog comes in, to really make it what I call repeat offenders. So if your dog continues to get out past the first time, at that point the animal control will have the ability to microchip that dog. We will offer it the first time a dog comes in or a cat comes in. We'll offer that as an option so they can have it microchipped at that point, but not make it mandatory. That lines up with the spay and neuter policy that is also in these procedures. We don't spay and neuter an animal first time it gets loose and comes through, but on second and subsequent times we do spay and neuter that animal before we release it back out. So this amendment will line that back up with that same policy. And so the amendment is on page 13 of your procedures, where it says the sentence that goes, in addition to, that's underlined, the new sentence, in addition, any animal impounded or confined pursuant to this section shall be microchipped before returned to the owner at owner's cost. I'm adding in the language you see on the board, with the exception of a first offense of the running at-large provision found in Article 3, and in addition to the above referenced fees, they can microchip the animal. So that's the compromise that we've worked out with animal control and with the help of attorney. And Mr. Chairman, I'd like to move this amendment, please.
All right. Second. Commissioner Jones, second. Commissioner Danner on the amendment? Okay, all right. Any questions on the amendment? Commissioner Brockman?
Yes, Mark, how, will that be something that's easy to do in terms of record keeping, or will that be difficult for the staff to do?
No, it's easy for us to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
To keep track of that?
It is, yes.
Commissioner Hayes?
I don't have any problem with this either. It does line up with the spay neuter. And it does, we're trying so much to educate people. I just want to make sure that the people do have an option if they choose to microchip. If you care about your animal and it's going to be anywhere out, it needs to be microchipped. And now it's just the way to go. And we reunite so many because of the microchipping now.
And Commissioner Hayes, I'd just like to say thank you for your kind words a few moments ago. Very well put, and thank you, all of you, for your continued support. We appreciate it.
Thank you for the good job.
Anybody else on the amendment? I see none. You ready to vote on the amendment? Is it, Ashley, you ready? Yes. All in favor of Commissioner Ford's amendment, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
20 yes, 1 no.
Resolution, the amendment passes. Now we're back to the main resolution as amended. Commissioner Danner?
Yes, in regards to moving the 7 days to 5 days, I know it would not be suggested if you didn't think that it would help the program, but could we, rather than just passing it forever, could we get a follow-up in a year's time to see, apparently we went from years ago from 78% to 9%, but we also made that change from 3 days to 7 days, and so sometimes we vote on things without any follow-up later. So could I ask you to, a year from now, let us know if that has helped the program?
I would have no problem at all with that. I think it's a good idea.
I'm sure you were going to do that anyway, but I'm just asking you to report it back to us.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Commissioner Herbert?
Yes. I guess I was a little shocked when I read the rules and regulations when you own a dog and a cat. I live on a farm, and this totally shocked me, because I know a lot of people that have their dogs in the back of the truck, and their dogs run around the house without a leash on. I feel like some of these things in here were a little extreme for me.
Yeah.
But I understand these are already the regulations. Can you explain what's the difference between the present regulations and what you're changing in here?
The only things that are changed from the present regulations are underlined in bold print in here, scattered throughout. So everything else has been in place for...
There's one at your desk too, Judy.
Oh, okay.
Since September the 18th, 1978, that was the first resolution I filed on the commission.
And then a lot of these, I believe, were in 2009 as a result of the task force.
Task force, right. And how much does it cost additional for the microchip if your dog is picked up?
I think, we haven't set the fee schedule yet, but I think our intent is to charge about $15 for that service.
No more if they're adopted, though.
No more if they're adopted, because that's already part of the fee.
But if you came as an individual citizen to have yours microchip, but it'd probably be more than that at the vet's office, I don't know.
Yeah, it varies. I've seen some of the vets charge considerably more than that, but some don't. Some charge about the same. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Of course.
Commissioner Kestner?
Can you hear me? I was wondering about the microchip charge also, because if it's high enough, it'll be a disincentive to pick up my cat, for example. So I was a little worried as to what you were suggesting. And what is our cost, if I may ask, of microchip?
I believe our cost is somewhere in the $7, $8, $9 range.
Okay, so
something like that.
we're not making a huge profit, but we're not losing money either. So
Animal control is not much of a profit center, is it?
I didn't think it would be, but I very much appreciate Commissioner Ford's amendment. I had the same concern that he did, and I sympathize with living on a farm. But thank you.
You're welcome.
Commissioner Green?
Yes. Question on that fee, does that also record me with a site that tracks that number?
It does. It's registered in a site, and then wherever you go, I mean, if you go on vacation to Florida and Fluffy gets away, and it gets taken to an animal shelter or a veterinarian's office down there, they're going to contact you. As long as you keep your registration current, they'll find you quickly.
I might add to that, I'm registered with one that has no charge. So if you want to shop around with where you record your chip number, all they ask me to do is if I want to send a picture in of my dog, or if anything's changed. I mean, he's passed away, or if I'm giving him away. But it's a no charge. So when you go to record that, shop around, because there's some that charge you an annual fee to do that, and some this one's free.
Yeah, that's true. There are several choices,
Yep.
or a few choices at least.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any further discussion? You ready to vote on Resolution 51426 as amended? If you're in favor, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Resolution, late file Resolution 5-1429, resolution authorizing the Williamson County Mayor to execute a letter of intent with LoJack Incorporated to authorize the good faith negotiations of a long-term lease and possible eventual purchase. Commissioner Little?
Move for approval. Second.
Commissioner Wilson, the second. Budget Committee?
5-4-0 against.
Explanation, Commissioner Little.
Yes, as you know, we are losing the downtown 5 Points Rescue Squad location, and we have been looking for one, and the mayor has found one, and this gives him the authority to enter into a agreement with to possibly lease or purchase their building on Downs Boulevard. And any other questions, I'll refer to the mayor.
Any questions? I see none. If you're in favor of late file Resolution 5-1429, push your yes button and confirm. Opposed, your no button and confirm. There we go. Anyone wishing to change their vote, do so at this time. Record the vote, Ms. Anderson.
21 yes, 0 no.
Resolution passes. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our agenda, and I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Second. There we go.